From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a winter weather alert.
Fred Gossage here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Monday morning, live with a winter storm update. We're going to start our live coverage here at the top of every hour now, not just on the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, but on social media, because people are going to start getting up soon and needing to know information across the area, because some folks, despite the hazardous travel, may have some jobs that require them to try to get out to work. So we're going to break down what's going on and what's expected for the rest of the day. First off, we still have this winter storm warning in effect for all of the viewing area here. That's the counties in pink: southern middle Tennessee, North Alabama, northeast Mississippi. Not just for what's coming today, what's already happened last night. Significant travel issues ongoing across the area. They will worsen here over the next few hours. We have more snow, sleet, and freezing rain about to start moving into the area. This warning expires at 6 a.m. on Tuesday. Now, I'm going to step off screen here for just a moment. We're going to look at some of this video footage that meteorologist Brett Adair shot in the Shoals last night. He was at the University of North Alabama in Florence, catching some footage there of the snow falling on the UNA campus. Pretty sight there. See the UNA sign, see some college kids walking. You'll see some kids sledding there on the hill here in just a moment. Generally 1 or so inches of snow in Florence last night. Some locations higher than that, closer to 2. In western parts of Lauderdale County last night, up to 4 inches of snow in spots. So some heavy snow in the northwest part of the county here, and more snow is coming as we head into the morning, midday, and the afternoon hours. Here's a live look at Live Viper radar as of the 5 o'clock hour here, and the original snow band that moved through the area last night's lifted up into the Nashville metro, but you see snow rapidly moving into northwest Alabama and southern middle Tennessee for North Mississippi. You also see it expanding and getting heavier back into North Mississippi. This is round 2, the bigger round of the 2, ramping up back to the west and starting to move into our area already. We'll expand the radar view, and you can see that round of heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain going all the way back into Arkansas ahead of a second, stronger upper level disturbance that will be moving across the area today. So snow on schedule is ramping up, and this is behaving a lot like some of the higher resolution models that have given us some pretty heavy snow totals when all is said and done. So with that, we've gotten some confidence in when all is said and done, we're going to have some pretty big snow totals across a large part of the area, in addition to some sleet and freezing rain near and south of the Tennessee River that will continue later this morning into the afternoon once things moves in. We'll take a tour of the Arctic Air Skycam network starting in Lawrenceburg. 17 degrees this morning. Light snow off to the south, but it's tapered off for now, but it will be moving back in over the next hour or two. Dew point is 13, so we'll probably see the temperature drop a little more as the snow picks up. You see not much traffic at all on North Locust Avenue, but everywhere snow covered. We've seen anywhere from 1.5 inches to 3 inches of snow reported across multiple parts of Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County, Tennessee. We've seen some 3-inch snow totals up in the Murray County, 2 to 3 inches over in the Giles County, and heavier totals back to the southwest and in northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi. And we're going to continue to see those add up as we head through today. We'll slide down to the Shoals, check out the Harbor Marina camera here on the Tennessee River, 21 degrees with a dew point of 18. Now, most of the snow from last night stayed like a mile or so to the north of this camera location, but they did get a little bit of snow accumulation, mainly sleet and freezing rain there along and south of the Tennessee River. But the temperatures aloft have cooled a little bit so that the rest of Lauderdale County, and now it looks like Colbert County, at least the northern half to 2/3 of it, probably about to see snow moving in. And then to the south of there, down through Franklin County, it looks like a mixture of sleet, freezing rain, and some snow at times through the next few hours. We'll take our Skycam tour back north and check out Columbia, Tennessee. This is from the Murray County 911 Center. You see snow-covered roadways here, snow adding up overnight. They've had as much as 3 inches reported. Not far from here, 16 degrees in Columbia now with a dew point of 16. You saw a snowplow run there on the camera footage. We'll slide over to Waynesboro, Tennessee, and check things out. And they've had some snow accumulation. The heavier snow in Wayne County has been south of this camera location, but it will pick up through the day. And you see snow already starting to move in. 15 degrees in Waynesboro with a dew point of 11. We'll slide to Savannah, and they got some heavy snow on the sky cam last night. And you see a thick snow there on the ground on our shot here. Snow starting to pick back up. Not much traffic at all on the Highway 64 bridge across the Tennessee River from Savannah back into McNairy County, but there's a little bit of traffic there. It is slow moving. 18 degrees here with a dew point of 16, and we'll slide down to Tishomingo County in Iuka and check out conditions there, and we are snow covered. Snow is picking up. 19 degrees with a dew point of 16, so we're locking into the mid to upper teens for a large part of southern middle Tennessee, northeast Mississippi, and I wouldn't be shocked if a few locations in North Alabama sneak down to the upper teens before too long. 18 degrees at the airport in Lawrenceburg, 15 in Waynesboro, 16 from Hohenwald back to Columbia, 18 now for Lewisburg as well as back to Savannah. 19 in Iuka, 22 in Florence, 23 in Athens, 26 in Decatur, 24 for Moulton, 23 in Russellville, and 22 in Red Bay on the western side of Franklin County. Here's what's important. Check this out. These are the roadway temperatures. This is not the air temperature. This is the temperature of the pavement surface, the road surface. Well down into the mid to upper teens now over all of southern middle Tennessee, and these numbers continue to drop. Lower 20s down across a large part of northwest Alabama. So what's already accumulated, not going anywhere, and the snow and sleet and freezing rain moving out of North Mississippi into the area will only stick and ramp up these travel problems that are already significant across the area. We've had many reports of icy, hazardous roads across northwest Alabama in Colbert County, Lauderdale County, Limestone County, Franklin County, Lawrence County in Alabama, all the way up through a large part of southern middle Tennessee, back into North Mississippi. Those travel issues will continue to ramp up as the snow and the sleet and freezing rain gets heavier, and you can see that next big band organizing over North Mississippi and now starting to spread east-northeast into some of the same areas that got hit last night, but some of the areas where it was heavy sleet, freezing rain last night, probably heavy snow today, especially Colbert County. Franklin County, I think a large part of it still sleet and freezing rain, but some snow still involved. This next wave is because of the upper level disturbance we have moving across Oklahoma toward Arkansas. You see the cloud cover here moistening up and brightening quickly. Upper level motion here on the east side of that moistens the cloud cover and such and lifts that moisture up and causes the precipitation to intensify in our subtropical jet stream. Everything's set up for continued heavy snow and probably heavier snow rates today by late morning and midday in the early afternoon than anybody in the viewing area had last night. Some of this stuff coming later this morning into the afternoon may rapidly accumulate for a short period of time across the area. Here are our latest thoughts with the projected snowfall totals. This is not just what's coming today. This takes what is already accumulated overnight and adds it to what's coming today. I want to make that clear. We don't have another 5 to 8 inches of snow coming today. We add what happened last night to what's coming today, and the final total for everything looks to be 5 to 8 inches with isolated totals heavier than that possible across a large part of southern middle Tennessee, back into the northwestern parts of Lauderdale County, and then back into northern areas of Tishomingo County in Mississippi. We have several reasons why we've bumped these totals up. One is we already see the trends evolving on satellite and radar. That's observational data. That's not computer models just guessing at it anymore. That's actually observations of what's happening right now. We know what's happening, and that's telling us that the sleet and snow and freezing rain across the area is ramping up, and the snow is projected to be heaviest across these areas. In addition, the computer models that behaved the best last night are handling this next wave correctly compared to the current radar data. So that gives us confidence that they're handling the next wave coming in now through the day correctly as well, and they really ramp up snow totals in this area. So that's reason 2. Then you add reason 3, which may be the most important one. A lot of areas in here, especially from southwest of Lawrenceburg back through northwestern areas of Lauderdale County into northern Tishomingo County, have already seen 2, 3, 4 inches of snow, especially 4-inch totals here in western areas of Lauderdale County, and 2 to 3 inch totals extending up into Murray, Marshall, and portions of Giles County. So when you already have 2 to 4 inches of snow across these areas, and you add the additional 3, 4, or 5 that are likely coming today, you easily get these 5 to 8 totals for the grand total, with isolated totals higher than that. The 4 to 6 area with isolated totals heavier. We've expanded that southward a little bit down to Florence, down to Cherokee, down through central areas of Tishomingo County, down to northwestern areas of Limestone County. South of there, 3 to 4 now possible through a large part of north central areas of Colbert County over toward the Athens area. But you work south of that 3 to 4 zone here, the white zone, and things get a lot lighter as far as snow goes because sleet and freezing rain mixes in there. For today, here's where I think a lot of the sleet and freezing rain is going to mix in. Basically south of Athens, south of Wheeler Dam, south of Muscle Shoals, through Franklin County, Alabama, through a large part of Lawrence County, Alabama, southern Limestone County, Alabama, and a large part of Morgan County, Alabama. Can't rely on sleet pellet elsewhere, but it's mostly snow to the north of these areas. But here in pink, sleet and freezing rain will be the main mix with some snow mixing in, but 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch of sleet and freezing rain mixing in as we head through the day before tapering off during the evening hours. Here's the Futurecast breakdown, and it's behaving well compared to radar with the snow and sleet and freezing rain evolving back across the area as we head through 6, 7 o'clock. Then it gets heavier mid to late morning with heavy snow falling from southern Middle Tennessee down through the Shoals area in Athens back into North Mississippi, and even heavier snow in North Mississippi moving up into our area of Northwest Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee through the midday and the early afternoon. And during that period, probably from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., it won't be that whole time, but within that window, that will probably be heavier snowfall rates than anything that happened across the area last night. There may be rapid accumulation during that period, reduced visibility and that kind of thing. Roadways are already horrible, so you don't need to be out there, but if you have to travel during that time period later today, it's really going to be treacherous with limited visibility, in addition to it being so slick and slippery and icy and snow covered out there. As we get into the late afternoon and the early evening towards sunset, things start tapering off from west to east into lighter flurries. And then later in the overnight, the clouds start to break up and clear out. And if you've lived here in the Tennessee Valley for a while, and you've lived through some of these other winter storms, you know that when we have snowpack on the ground on a calm night, and we start to clear the cloud cover out and we go clear, that really causes the temperatures to drop. So I think we're going to be well down into the single digits by daybreak on our Tuesday, and dropping so low, and then having this heavy snowpack on the ground and the Arctic air overhead, it may be hard to get out of the upper teens for daytime highs Tuesday afternoon. We still officially have lower 20s in the forecast for Tuesday tomorrow, but we may have to bump those numbers down a little bit as we look through the data this morning. It may stay in the upper teens in this heavy snowpack zone across the Tennessee Valley. So high impact winter storm continues. It started last night. It continues today within that heavier snowfall zone. We showed you a grand total combining what already happened with what's coming of 4 to 8 inches of grand total snow accumulation. A few locations could see a little bit heavier than that. Sleet and freezing rain concerns continue mainly south of the Tennessee River over North Alabama, but there will be a little snow there as well. Significant travel impacts that are already ongoing are likely to continue and worsen as we head through the day. And we talked about this a lot with the power outage potential. There is the potential for some short-lived type power outages in that heavy snow zone. It's not going to be like where you have an ice storm and you have the power out for a week, or you see a foot of heavy wet snow and the power's out for a week because trees come down. This snow is kind of powdery compared to a lot of the heavy snow we usually get, so it doesn't weigh the trees down as much. But where we've had some weakened tree limbs for the past couple weeks of having these high wind events, some of this snow, where it sticks on there, may weigh some tree limbs down, and that may cause some isolated areas of short-lived power outages in those heavier snow zones that we've have across southern middle Tennessee back into northwest Alabama. So a winter storm warning continues in place for all of the viewing area that runs all the way through 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning. We'll continue to have live updates here through the day at the top of every hour as long as the winter storm is evolving. Later into the afternoon, after we get everybody settled and then things start to wind down a little bit, probably after 2 o'clock or so, we're probably going to scale back the live coverage at that time and focus more on just getting pictures posted on social media and that kind of thing. So I think we're probably going to do live updates at the top of the hour, probably roughly until 2 o'clock or so before we scale back the live coverage to turning to posting the snow pictures that you send us and the reports and things like that. But we'll continue to be here through the day tracking the winter storm for you. I'm Fred Gossage, live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.